1. Welcome to the podcast here on Everyday Nerd Podcast. I'm Lou P, joined by the great Jocelyn.
Hey, it's Joss. How's everybody today?
Well, I'm doing good. So thank you folks for listening to us today and watching, because we're doing something new today, which is kind of nice. We're here in studio.
Yes.
And we're able to get together like this. And we have a fun time when we do it like this. So at this time, we're going to talk about DC. If you see him on the CW, right? CW, right? I was going to say the
CW.
The CW, you see the shows Arrow and Flash. Those are the two, and Supergirl. I know we do Supergirl too. Those are the three shows that we primarily watch, and we'll discuss them with you. And now, coming tonight will be the crossover episode DC Elseworlds. And I loved last year's, though.
The alien invasion?
Or the Crisis, when they went to Earth X.
Oh, yes. Crisis on Earth X.
Yeah, that was
Alien
awesome.
Invasion was the year before that. Yes, of course.
So far, we've been liking the crossover episodes that they've done here on CW. They've done it right when it comes to the crossover episodes, and I know Joss has a lot of feelings on what we're going to see tonight, so go right ahead.
Yes, so if you're not familiar, or you are familiar, you know that this is an epic night, and the CW is essentially a miniseries. They're going to be taking a break from the regular storylines of Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, and we may get a cameo from Legends, but essentially the whole aspect is that Barry Allen and Oliver Queen switches places. I don't know how that's going to happen, but it's going to happen. And supposedly they're going to go to Supergirl to get some help. But also with that, we're going to, if you've seen the trailer, and I actually try and avoid as much trailers as I can, but the Monitor is going to be a big deal in this episode. And if you're familiar with the Monitor from the comics, he supposedly then oversees the multiverse.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And so that's what I do know. But another thing that's really exciting is that they're going to introduce Batgirl. They haven't done this for so long. They haven't introduced Batman. They've teased Batman. But in this crossover, they're actually going to bring in Gotham City and Batgirl. So I'm really excited about that.
That's what I love. I mean, we've heard of Metropolis, National City, Star City, all these places. But then finally, when you hear Gotham City, there's something about hearing Gotham City when it comes to DC that's really incredible. I mean, obviously Metropolis is the main spot, but Gotham City, your hair kind of stands up a little bit compared to Star City. It's like, it's just Star City.
Yes. And also, what they're going to introduce finally, and I was upset about it last year, but we're going to actually have Superman and Lois Lane.
Lois Lane?
The Lois Lane.
They're not going to pump fake us with her sister again?
No.
Like
this is going to be actually Superman and Lois Lane. There's a picture of them that they showed. And also what I know is that they're going to be on the Smallville Kent Farm.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I'm really excited to see how they're going to mesh this in, as well as other big fans of the CW. But we're going to actually get to see, Clark Kent in Star Labs. I mean, there's going to be so much, and I've seen bits and pieces, but I'm super excited about this.
You know what I love about this is DC's opportunity to bring in characters and bring in other things that are discussed. They're mostly teased on a lot of the shows, Arrow, Flash. I love the fact that, again, they're dropping Gotham City. When I heard that too, I was like, oh, I haven't heard that. I've never heard coming out of, according to this, it's not Oliver Queen. It's actually Barry Allen, but it's Oliver Queen saying
I know. They're switching.
Yeah.
They switch places.
I love this. I got to admit, I'm really looking forward to this because we're so used to seeing these two, the guys that are the physical guys, Barry Allen is just this unassuming regular guy, and Oliver Queen is this, according to, how the show is, he's just rugged,
it's brooding,
butt kicker, he'll just thrash, he don't mess with him, he'll kill you type of guy. And to switch him is really interesting. It's like, do we get Oliver Queen light or,
Oh, I don't know.
See, that's why, because the guys, It's a concept. I love this concept. I totally love this concept.
Well, it's going to be so funny because I went to the Heroes and Villains Fan Fest last
tell us
weekend,
about that. Please tell us about that.
And I actually sat in on the Oliver panel. Essentially, it was just Oliver, but it was the Arrow panel, and it was just Stephen Amell. And he actually talked about how, for this crossover, he talked about that for him to actually wear Barry's suit was unbelievably tight. It was so unbelievably. I mean, he's not used to it. He's used to, his suit, and it reminds him of, he was saying, I think his first year or the second year costume where it was just so tight. But he's like, I cannot believe, So in between like those takes, he said, he had to take it off. He had to take off the suit, but to actually see him in that. But he was just, talking about the crossover, that he's super excited for it to happen, and also for the fact that those who do follow Arrow, we finally get Oliver out of prison, so we're gonna see what's like for him there, and so it's gonna be exciting.
And real quick, let's talk about those two shows. Okay. What's been going on this season? So since we're talking about Arrow, let's do Arrow.
Okay.
So when we first see Oliver, last saw Oliver Queen last season, he was going to jail.
Yeah.
So we see him in jail. Season starts, he's in jail, and Felicity and his son, they're in witness protection, but yet somehow Diaz finds them. And, that's crazy, and breaks through Felicity. And we all know Felicity's pretty smart when it comes to computers and security, breaks through her security system. And something about that, really changes Felicity now.
Oh, yes.
See, so Felicity's whole thing, and it was talked about in the last episode, how her personality is changed.
I'm wondering, and something, it's like, we noticed that she's headed, we assume she's headed towards a dark path.
Yes.
And so with those flash forwards, we're assuming and getting a sense of that she's created this elaborate security system, and she's going to be blowing up. I don't know. She's got plans, or she's got designs for the Glades. So
tell us about the flash forward. I'll be honest. I must have came in late. I'm like, what's going on here?
Okay, so with the flash forward, with last year, at the season finale, we saw a clip of a young man, and then we find out it's actually future William, and we see the future Roy Harper. So it's been exciting. They're back on Lian Yu. And William doesn't understand why he received that, it's just thing. I forgot what it called. I know someone's going to correct me. But he's like, what does this mean? And he says, for him, it brought me here in Lian Yu. And Roy sees it, and he finds out, inside. And hopefully, if you've already been watching the different Arrow episodes, you know that inside it's the Mark of 4. Which means, that for Team Arrow, they know that when you see the Mark of 4, that means it's time that you need to step up and help.
Yeah.
So with these flash forwards, William doesn't know what this all means. And he discovers in his journey, trying to figure out what this all means, is that Felicity has died. What does that mean? Did she really dead? So there's a mystery there. And also, we don't know what happened to Oliver. I don't even know, did he die? Did he not die? But it's about William in the future, trying to figure out, why was I sent this? So we really, honestly, for fans, we don't know what the flash forwards will bring. We're just learning that something significant has happened, and they keep saying, before it all happened, what happened?
Yeah.
And then now we know that their Felicity is not the same Felicity. She's I don't know. I mean, where they see her currently, she's hyper vigilant. She's not afraid to shoot a gun.
Yeah, exactly.
And Oliver's like, you're not the same Felicity I know, and I'm married. It's like, oh, good God, let's not go there.
Exactly.
But, that's kind of like what's going on with Arrow. And so everyone has somewhat changed, and Diaz is alive, okay? And I met Diaz. I met, I was going to call him Ricardo Diaz, but it's like, hey, I just met him. It's going to come to me. Hold on.
Acevedo?
Yes. I was going to say, it's not Rick Acevedo. It's
Robert or?
Wait a minute. Kirk. Thank you. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Kirk. because we're homies now. So yes, I met him at the Heroes and Villains as well. He is the nicest guy. I mean, I didn't want to meet him at first because it's like, dude, I hate you so much. I hate you so much. But it's like, you know what? I want to meet this guy. So I met him, and he's just so chill. And I showed him my reaction video, and I said to him, I hate you so much, but yet I love you.
What was his thoughts? What did he
was
say
just
to that?
like, he just looked at me like smiles, like, thanks. And I was just like, I said, do you know what you do to me? Let me show you. And I showed him my reaction video, and he's just smiling. And then I'm like, and he's like, you think I'm alive or dead? He's like, you think I'm dead? Do you think I'm alive? You know, because at the end scene of that prison scene, he's just laying there. And I said, nah, you're alive. You're alive. And then he was wearing a shirt. He was wearing a shirt with a cat. And then he's like, points at his shirt, he's like, 9 lives, baby. And I was just like, I was just, and we just kept, I don't know, we were just talking. He was just like, 9 lives. And apparently I just wanted to say, okay, he didn't want to say this, but I'm going to say it anyways because I got juicy stuff. But he's waiting for confirmation, but he's going to be in like this upcoming big DC movie.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't want to say what it was. Okay, so it's like secret, top secret, but I'm gonna just blurt it out anyway. So I don't even know what is this upcoming big DC movie he's gonna be a part of.
Okay, I
don't know.
According to my thought process,
I don't know.
Let's see here.
I don't know.
Aquaman comes out.
No, that's not it.
I
don't want him on Flashpoint. I don't want him on Flashpoint at all.
Is it Shazam? Is it Black Adam?
No, I mean it's something that's gonna have to. I mean, I don't even think.
It's the Diaz character?
No, not Diaz. Him.
Oh, him himself.
As an actor.
Oh,
he's signing on to be into it. It's like he's just waiting for things to be finalized. So it hasn't even been filmed or anything. All right. But I'm excited because you know what, Kirk Cassavant, he is. I mean, if you can hate him as much as we do, then
he's doing a great
good.
Job. He's doing a great job.
And he's the most coolest, chillest dude. He's so cool. I'm gonna put it here. He is so cool. Yes. So I'm a big fan of him. I'm a big fan of you now.
Yes.
And he's cool.
My final thoughts on Arrow is just the fact that, you look at the characters changing, everybody's changing, and just how, we know Diaz is still alive. We figured that out. We go, okay, he's still alive and everything. And just the whole thing about Arrow, what I like about Arrow, what they've done with used to be when they do flash forward scenes is it's leading up to something big towards the end. And the big question, like you and I have been talking about, is Felicity alive? What's her big plan? But I think what we're seeing with Felicity right now is the roots of what Felicity is in the future. So
that's what's happening all currently.
So that's what it's going to be.
With the flash forwards.
Exactly. Speaking of Flash.
Yes.
Let's get to Flash now. Now, so when we go into this season, Flash at the end actually of last season, he realized when he stopped the plane, but he goes, wait, there was another speedster there. He realized he had a little help. It wasn't a plane,
it was the satellite.
Or the satellite. When they stopped the satellite,
yes.
He realized, wait, I had a little help here. There was another speedster out there, and
her name is Nora.
Isn't that great? Just knocks on the door. Hi, I'm your... Now, you know what I love about concepts like this?
Yes.
Is that... myself recently being married and everything, if all of a sudden the doorbell rings and my future daughter's there, who's like in her 20s, I don't know how I'd react to that. That's something...
Well, it's been a journey for the past 8 episodes to have Nora, come to the door. And I just remember her line. She's like, hi, we got to talk.
Definitely.
And so she comes in, but she's accused me. But I know, if you've been watching, and you have been watching the first Flash episodes, Nora, her basis is that, she came back to the past to get to know her dad. Because supposedly Barry goes missing. Flash goes missing in the crisis.
Yes.
And in that newspaper article. And he's been gone for 40 years or whatever, however many years it is. And so he never returned. So the only thing she knows about her father is through the Flash Museum.
Yeah.
So during this time that she's back here hanging out with her parents, and she's already messed up the timeline. Yeah, we already know that. And so it's already messed up. We don't know what's going to be in the future, but, her experience with her father is she's learning so much more about who he is as a person and her mother, because in the future she didn't have a good relationship with her mother. And now here in the past, she's like, well, now I have a better relationship. But for her to know, like, hey, this is truly who my father is. Wow, is someone who I didn't even expect. And we have Cicada, who's supposedly the big bad. But you know what? As of last week, we find out there's a bigger bad. And you know who that is? Did you know? Did you watch it?
I did see that.
So
yes.
what did you think about it? You want to tell people?
No, you tell.
Okay,
you tell them. You're on a roll.
I know.
I'm thinking. I go, see, watching these, you go, wait, it can't end here. It can't end here.
No. But so you know, there's just this, you know, and I gotta say, Tom Cavanaugh. Oh,
yes,
I missed
excellent.
him. He was also a Heroes and Villains, but he left early.
Oh.
I was in line for Victor Garber. I was in line for him because those are the two people I wanted to meet: Victor Garber and Tom Cavanaugh. And then when I was like almost there getting my picture, I find out, Tom, you left early.
Oh.
I was like, well, I want to cry. I seriously did. I'm like, this sucks. So,
Yeah,
but Tom, you know, he directed the last episode, and he was double duty. But you know, the 100th episode was Flash, and it was last week.
Yes.
And we got to see like the epic Flash moments where Barry and Nora had to go back in time to get these parts to create something that can defeat Cicada, whatever. Mm-hmm. But you know, we got to see Zoom again, and he totally freaked me out.
I know.
That freaked me out, seeing Zoom. I don't know what it is about Zoom,
mm-hmm.
but he freaks me out.
Okay.
And then Savitar.
Yes.
And then of course Reverse Flash. And then we find out at the very end, it's like, what? Homegirl, little girl Alan here, she has been in connection with Thawne this whole time. She's been coached by the Reverse Flash. We don't know to what extent. We don't know why. How did they team up? But the Reverse Flash is now a part of the season, and everything to me has changed. It's just so awesome.
But you know what's interesting? When you first see them meet in the last episode, they meet up with Thawne.
Yes.
Okay? In the past.
Yes.
He called her something. Remember?
Clever girl.
No.
He called her Dawn.
Yeah. He called her something else. And he was like positive. And he said, no, that's not her name. See, so that could kind of reveal something there. I mean, come on. When she showed up saying her name was Nora to Barry Allen, I mean, come on. Of course you're going to melt.
Right.
And say you're so you can kind of follow the pieces of, that makes a lot of sense. You're a speedster, this is that. So, I don't know. We may be seeing somebody who really isn't who she says
Oh,
she
that's
is.
going to devastate Barry and Iris.
Exactly.
That's going to devastate the whole family.
Exactly. See, so I just
another
got this
heartbreak.
gut feeling. I mean, Barry goes through a lot of it. I hate seeing him do that, but I just got this gut feeling because it was Sherlock.
Yes. Actually, they say Sherlock.
Is it Sherlock?
Like Sherlock.
Or Sir? Or...
I don't know, but he's hilarious.
He's hilarious, but he's figuring stuff out.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, hey, there's something going on
But
with
then,
this
also people, they kind of think that he's the Reverse Flash in that name. So it's like, well, I don't know about that, because supposedly Sherlock and RF, back then, they both called Nora Clever Girl.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So, but it could be coincidence.
Could be. So, well, yeah, with that being said, I can't wait for when they come back.
No, I know.
So, tonight, obviously, we're looking forward to... I like this. It's a little break from where they put us.
Yes.
So we get to see something a little different tonight.
And then also, Supergirl.
Yes.
She's also part of Elseworlds. So it's also a break from that. But, I mean, if you've been following Supergirl. Do you watch Supergirl?
Yes.
Okay.
I caught up.
Okay, he caught up. So Supergirl, they're dealing with Agent of Liberty. Mm-hmm. And it's the anti-alien theme. And it's very similar to what's happening in the real world.
Exactly.
But, for that, Kara's dealing with, a lot of hate as far as like where how the humans feel as far as, regarding the aliens. So there's a lot of that stuff going on. And supposedly in the next season when we come back, I mean, they casted John Cryer as Lex Luthor. Did you know that?
Nice.
Yeah, so they're going to be introducing... Now, I don't know. I mean, I know John Cryer from 2.5 Men.
Yes.
And he was Ducky in 16 Candles or Sweet, whatever it was. But, he's Lex Luthor. So now what? So my thing is, maybe Agent of Liberty is not really the big bad. Maybe it's really going to be Lex Luthor. And maybe I'm thinking he's actually the president. I don't know.
You do notice, though, the Agent of Liberty was always contacting somebody.
Yes.
So, since you dropped the Lex Luthor thing, I think you're right. I think it has to be Lex Luthor then. That's the big baddie at the end that we see. And what's great, what you touched on, this is the part where I love about comics, science fiction, things like this, how you can put a message out there without literally saying what it is that you really want to say. But it's tremendous how the people that are with the Agent of Liberty, they come in all races and genders. But they all have that common goal of, I guess it's the fear of these aliens. And mind you, aliens, come on. Aliens from another planet, i.e. another country, whatever.
Right.
And just that is really intense. And the fact that the previous episode, before they had the leaflets drop.
Oh, yes.
That is straight up World War II stuff. They almost literally said that. Well, they did say it. They go, this happened in Germany. So think about that's like Nazi stuff. And then you have just these people that are dealing with, well, you have aliens, then you have regular humans, and the big fear. It all sounds familiar. It all sounds like the 1930s.
And yes. And
where a man out of Germany just was spilling a lot of hate. And I just love how you're able to say it without saying it, type of thing. It's like, hey, if you can't figure this out, come on. And then, of course, our current situation in our country right now, how things are now. I'm not saying, let's get it straight. I'm not comparing people to Hitler on that one. I'm just saying how our current state of our country is a bit in flux, shall we say. It's not how it was before. So that's what I love about, these shows and everything.
These shows are going to be awesome. I think DC is doing really great on the TV version. I mean, these shows are just, they draw you in, like we talked about. We get involved, personally involved, emotionally involved with our characters, and these are just a great following. I mean, we have the Legends of Tomorrow. I don't really follow that, and I'm not a fan of Bebo. Sorry. And of course, you got Black Lightning out there, which is just as good. But I mean, these shows are just awesome. So I think the crossover, if you watch tonight, Elseworlds, do watch it. You got to watch it. You have to watch it.
Leave your comments, too. Leave your comments about what you
And you're going to see me reacting. You're going to see me reacting tonight. I'm a huge... You guys know, you can watch me. I can't sit still. I can't keep my mouth shut. But I'm just so emotionally invested.
That's why she watches it at home, folks.
That's why I watch it at home and nobody else is with me. My son, he watches me. My son watches me. He stands across the room and he just watches me. You don't see it, but he's just like...
What is wrong with my mother? That is really my mother?
It's like, that's my mom. Like, yeah, that's your mom.
With that being said, go ahead, Joss, give a last plug.
Okay,
Where can we find all of our
We can find all of us.
And
actually, we also have a third party who's not with us right now. It's DJ GOC. He would probably be right here.
Yeah.
I'm going to post his picture right here.
Yeah, there he is, right there.
But we are part of the Everyday Nerd Podcast, one word. And you can find us on Facebook. So please look for us. We're going to be putting this video footage on there as well as some other thoughts. We'll take your comments, and then you can follow. You can also find this on my YouTube channel, which is Jocelyn RP. And anything else we want to make mention?
No, we're good.
We are good. And so this is Lupe. I'm Joss, and so it's good.
All right. We'll see you guys. Thanks.
Bye.